Hello, Fall Creek Junior High Orchestra families. This is Mr. Wirtz. I just wanted to kind of reach out to you guys and give you guys a rundown of what the start to this, the virtual start to the school year is going to look like in concerning to orchestra, so that everybody kind of has some questions answered and kind of has an idea of what to expect at the beginning of the year. So we're going to start by just, I know everybody's seen this document, but there are 4 phases to our reopening plan. I just want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. The first phase will be 100% virtual, where the schedule has been sent out, where you have alternating days of, Mondays are everybody. Once we get going, Mondays will be everybody for short periods, and then there will be alternating days for your class periods. All 4 of the orchestra classes will be meeting on Tuesday and Thursday, so you will have an orchestra Zoom with me during your 1st through 4th period class, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Once we hit the metrics to go into phase 2, there will be a 50-50 re-entry into the school, where the school will be split into alphabetical. Is the plan so far. So you'll have half the alphabet coming in on that, 2 days a week, and then the other half of the alphabet coming on 2 days a week, and there will be 1 virtual day. That will split the orchestras the same way. So it'll kind of run how it runs. For that, phase 3, once we get to that, it will be an 80% on-site, 20% virtual, meaning that Monday through Thursday, all students will come to school, and then Friday, all students will be virtual in order to do a virtual assignments, as well as monitor symptoms and make sure we're keeping tabs on that. And then finally, phase 4 will be a return to school as normal, 100%. So just a quick overview of what that's looking like. How this is going to look like in our orchestra classroom specifically. Phase 1 being 100% virtual. All of the meetings will be through Zoom, just like with the rest of their classes. You will meet with me over Zoom sessions at the designated times for each class period, and there will be attendance taken at the beginning of each class. We are planning on playing each day in class. That could look like a variety of things, but we're going to start the day with warm-ups where Mr. Wirtz will be unmuted and everybody will be muted, and you'll play along with me whatever warm-up given to you that day. So that will be at least the default position for every class period, so that you know what's going on. In order for that to happen, your students will need to have their instruments set up, tuned, ready to go, music and supplies at the ready at the beginning of each Zoom meeting. So that 10-minute transition period between, let's say period 1 to period 2, in that time, that 10 minutes to go from 1 to 2, students will need to get their instruments out. They'll need to get tuned. They'll need to make sure that all of the prescribed equipment, iPads, pencils, all that stuff is ready for them to go. Any assignments will be communicated through our Canvas page, just like every other class. And at the start and the beginning of the week, I will make sure to go through our Canvas page. I'll probably create a video tutorial so that you kind of can see that. So Canvas will be the portal of communication for assignments, and any assignments will be ranging from playing, reading, listening, and music theory exercises. So there will be a wider variety of types of things that students will be doing, but all the assignments will still be there. It will still be a very enriching experience. And just we will still be adhering to all school policies for late work and attendance. Having said all of that, there are in these trying times, there will be circumstances that might be out of the norm. So please feel free to communicate any issues that you might have with late work or attendance. Just more information on this for 100%. We will be using a program called Smart Music to help kids enrich their playing. This is an online web-based platform that we will also be giving you a walkthrough and a rundown of how to create the right accounts and how to make sure that you're set up. Essentially, this program is awesome. You can play for it, and it records you and gives you feedback immediately as to which notes were in tune, which notes were on time. That's one facet of it. The other facet is that it offers a better way to practice. There's settings that you can create loops and slow down tempos and things like that. But the most exciting thing that we're looking for is this is what's going to help us give you your kids the full ensemble experience. All the music that will come through Smart Music has recordings of orchestras with them that can be changed. The tempos can be changed. So your student will be able to play their part along with a recording of the ensemble of that music, and will give your students the opportunity to feel like they're in that full ensemble setting that, unfortunately, due to the restrictions, we are unable to do now. So this is really important. This will be through your student textbook fees is how this is. The subscription has been set up, and more information will be coming in that first couple weeks to help you guys navigate the waters of that program. If there are any issues with the functioning of your instrument, if it's out of tune, if a repair needs to be made, if you're missing a bridge or something crazy like that, please contact me as soon as possible so that we can get the situation fixed. You know, it might just be where I set up a Zoom with your child, your parent, and me, and we teach, teach you guys how to tune the instrument, or teach you guys how to repair the instrument so it doesn't need to go to pages. Or we might need to set up a time where we meet somewhere and do that. All that will be done through the communication of that, but the first step is always you guys letting me know what is going on with your instruments at home. And to dovetail into this next topic, communication will be key in this phase. So please let me know if there's any way I can help, and and I will work to make sure there's communication on my end to you guys about what's going on. So that'll be the first chunk, and that's at least until September. We need to start thinking about what happens when we come back. What do each of the phases look like? So that was phase 1. Phase 2 and 3 look very similar on our end. They're just, the time has changed. So phase 2 in this 50-50, there will be a virtual portion and an in-person portion. That virtual portion will still be communicated through Canvas. Students will report to my class at designated times, so whether it be in class, or if you've chosen to stay home for the semester, the plan is to Zoom those classes synchronously, so we can get that kind of set up. Students will be in, we're talking now just the physical space, the students will be spaced out with their own stands and their own chairs in our rooms, trying to adhere as closely as we can to the COVID restrictions by our health departments. Students who utilize large instruments will not be sharing at any point, and we'll make sure to bag their instruments every day. That way, when other students get their instruments, there's less chance of the actual instrument being cross-contaminated or anything like that. Students who play small instruments like violins or violas, you will be taking your instruments home back and forth every day that you have orchestra. So let's say, for instance, you have orchestra on Monday and Wednesday. You will be bringing your instrument to school on Monday, taking it home Monday night, and then bringing it back to school on Wednesday. This is in order for us to avoid the bottlenecking in the storage rooms, and making sure that we're trying to adhere to as much social distancing as possible. In phase 4, when we're back full time and full capacity, you guys will be able to store your instruments at school. But for now, in phase 2 and phase 3, we're asking that you take your instruments back and forth. While we're at school, we won't be handing out paper copies. We'll be utilizing iPad, like digital copies, and Smart Music in order for the music, so that eliminates the passing out and the actual physical copy that may be touched by other students, or also the bottlenecking around the folder storage areas. This will, all music will be on your iPads and Smart Music. And then also hand washing and instrument cleaning and disinfecting will all be part of the procedure. At the beginning of class, entering class, students will be encouraged to use the bathrooms and wash their hands. And then at the end of class, part of the pack-out procedure will be cleaning their chair and their stand and their instruments and things of that nature. So just to keep you guys aware that these thoughts have been created for your students. And then masks will be worn throughout the entire class period by me and students, by the teachers and students, just to alleviate any kind of back and forth of germs and things, just to keep us as safe as possible. So that is what phase 2 and phase 3 will look like. Once we're back full time, we're going to still use the same practices for COVID, for social distancing and masks until we're cleared by the health departments. But at this point, we will be back into a normal class setting as close as possible, where we will be using sheet music, and it'll just be a rehearsal, feel very much like it has in years past. And the other change would be that small instruments can be stored at the school. I know that you guys may have a lot of questions that are specific to your situation, and I so encourage you guys to contact me and let me know what's going on, and we can work out what we can. This is going to be a flexible start to the year, which I'm sure every single teacher is going to communicate the same message to you, but I want this to be a good experience for everybody. So some things that will help this experience be as good as it can: parents and students and friends, please encourage your student and each other to play their instruments. Getting that instrument out every day as much as possible will be a really great way to help you through this process. You can think of it more as a way to break the monotony of the day. I want this to be an experience that you use to add variety to your day. It will make your days go by faster to utilize this. You're in orchestra because you love music, you want to learn your instrument, so this is a way for you to really enjoy that experience. My goal is to lean on creating these self-motivated musicians. A lot of what we're going to be talking about this year is just how do you become a self-motivated musician? How do you look at music and look at a problem and find ways to solve it on yourself? This, even post-COVID, will be a great skill for you, and even in other facets in your life, this will be a great skill. So know that that's going to be our focus this year. But any help from peers and parents and all those things will be appreciated and welcomed. Please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me questions, share concerns, share successes. We will be adjusting to this, and I want to make sure this experience is as positive as can be. That successes thing is really important too. A lot of times only the squeaky wheel gets the grease, but I want to make sure that we are also celebrating some of the things that are going really well and encouraging these positive experiences. So if you have anything you want to share with me, that would be great. And I just want to also say I wish everyone a safe and healthy school year. This has been an uncertain time, and our kids and our families may struggle, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help in any way, in class, out of class, with orchestra stuff, with life stuff, whatever I can do to help. I want you to know that I want to be a person that is available for you. So I wish you guys the best, and please let me know if there's anything I can do. I hope everybody has a great day and a great start to the year. Thank you.